Hello grade 4s, I am back with another video, and I forgot to mention something in the last video. In the last video we learned how to multiply by tens and hundreds. I forgot 1,000. After I was all done, I forgot. I gotta do a multiply by 1,000 too. So we learned, just to recap and to go back to my other video, that if I'm multiplying any number by 10, I just take the first number, which is 6, and I'm going to add a 0 because I have 6 groups of 10. So 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10, which is 60. Right? So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, counting by tens. If I did 100, I learned that I would take my 6 and I would add 2 zeros because I am counting 6 groups of 100. So 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. If I'm multiplying by 1,000, same rule applies. So it'd be 6 times 1,000. So I have 3 zeros now. So you write the 6, 3 zeros because I am skip counting by 1,000. So six groups of 1,000 would be 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. So it's a good little trick to remember, because if I give you a crazy big number like 19 and asked you to multiply it by 1,000, you would just put 19. That's my cat saying hello. And 3 zeros. So 19,000. Forgot to mention that in the other video. So there you go. This video is going to focus on multiplying 2-digit numbers by 1-digit numbers. 1-digit number. So if you go back to what I taught you before you left for the break, remember first term I taught you how to add 3-digit numbers by using a 100 chart? Well, I got good news, because you can use the same thing for multiplication. So this would be my hundreds column, my tens column, and my ones column. And I'm going to multiply 36 times 2. No, let's make it a little bit harder. Let's go 3. If you don't know your multiplication facts up to 7 times 7, because that was the expectation for grade 3, you really need to go back now and learn them, because it's going to get harder for you. And if you know your multiplication facts at least up to 7 times 7, it's going to make this unit so much easier. And there's one task on the task board that you'll be getting this week that you can practice your multiplication facts, and I really recommend that you do that if you don't know them up to 7 times 7. By the end of grade 4, you're expected to know up to 9 times 9, so it helps to memorize them. You don't have to, but trust me, it'll make your life so much easier if you do, so I highly recommend you do that. So I'm going to plug in my numbers. 36 times 3. So I'm going to look at my ones column first, and I'm going to cover my tens right now because I want you to focus on this column. I have 6 groups of 3, or 6 multiplied by 3. So 6 groups of 3, now if you have it memorized, you'll know it's 18, but if you don't have it memorized, you'll have to do it the long way. So 6 groups of 3 would be 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, which would be 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. But it's much easier if you have it memorized. So if you haven't memorized them yet, memorize them. Okay, so I have 18. I look at my ones column. I have 8 ones. So I'm going to put my 8 in the ones column. And then in my tens column, I have 1 group of 10. So I'm going to add that up here, just like we did with addition. So I have my 1 group of 10 sitting on top. I can't forget about that group of 10. Now I'm going to multiply this way. So 3 groups of 3 is 9. But I can't forget about my lonely group of 10 on top. He's like, don't forget me. So we're not going to forget you, don't worry. Don't forget about your friends on top up here. So 3 groups of 3 is 9. Add your friend, which is 10. So I have 10 groups of 10, which is 100. So I don't have any zeros, or any, sorry, I was, no zeros. I don't have any tens, right? Because I have 100. So the answer is 108. Make sense? Okay, let's do another one. Let's do one more. We'll do a couple more. It's actually quite fun when you get the hang of it. Okay, let's try. Let's try 58 times 5. So I'm going to look at my ones column first. I'm going to cover my tens again because I don't want to confuse you. Just looking at ones right now. So I have 8 groups of 5. And again, if you know your multiplication facts, you'll know that's 40. But if you don't, you'll have to actually do 8 groups of 5. So 5 plus 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 5, which is going to be 40. So I don't have any ones. That's handy. So I'm going to, well, it would help to put the numbers in, wouldn't it? So I have no ones, but I have 4 tens over here. 4 tens. So I'm going to put the 4 tens on top. Now I'm going to multiply this way. So 5 groups of 5 is 25. 25. Okay. 25 groups of 10, don't forget. So that's actually 250. Because I have 25, right? 5 groups of 5, but that's in the tens column. So I have 25 groups of 10. Don't forget about your 4 friends on top. They're like, please don't forget us. We're not going to forget you, don't worry. So 5 groups of 5 is 25, plus the 4 on top, which is 29, because you're going to add those 4, or 40 actually. So this is going to be 9 here, right? So I have 29 tens, or 290. I look in my tens column. I have 29 tens. So I'm going to put my 9 here, and I'm going to put my hundreds over here. I have 200. So the answer is 290. So just to review, 8 groups of 5 is 40. I don't have any ones, but I have 4 tens. 5 groups of 5 is 25. We need to add the other 4 in that are sitting on top. Don't leave them out. So that's 29 groups of 10, which is 290. So I have 9 tens and 2 hundreds. So the answer is 290. Let's do one more just to be safe. It's just practice. Once you do this a bunch of times, you'll get more comfortable with it. But again, if you don't know your multiplication facts, at least up to 7 times 7, you really need to know them because it's going to get more difficult from here on in. Okay, let's do one more. Let's do 46 times 6. Okay, so 46 multiplied by 6. Start with the ones. So I'm going to cover my tens again. So 6 times 6, and again, if you have them memorized, you'll know that's 36. So I have 6 ones, so I'm going to put 6 here, and 3 tens. So I'm going to put those 3 lonely tens on top. So 6 multiplied by 6 is 36. I'm going to put the 6 in the ones column, and I have 3 tens. I'm going to put them on top of the tens column. And again, they're yelling at you, don't forget us on the top. And we're not going to forget you 3 tens, don't worry. Now we're going this way. So we're looking at the tens column. 4 groups of 6, and again, if you have those memorized, is 24. Tens. So that's actually 240. 40. So in my tens column, I'm going to put 4, but again, they're screaming, don't forget us. We're not going to forget you. So it's 24 plus 3. It's actually 27 tens, or 270. So I have 7 tens here now. And then in my hundreds column, I'll have 2. So just to go back, 6 groups of 6 is 36. Put my 6 in the ones column, and I bring my 3 tens over to the tens column. 4 groups of 6 is 24 tens plus 3, which is 27 tens, or 270. I have 7 tens and then 2 groups of 100. If you still don't understand, we're going to do one more. I want you to get a piece of paper, pause the video. If you don't have one, go get one with the pencil. And I want you to do this one with me. I want you to follow along with me. Or if you feel really brave, you can pause the video, and once I give you the question, you can pause it, try to solve it by yourself, and then watch me do it and see if you're right. So go get a piece of paper. I want you to do this one with me. Okay, you're back with a piece of paper, right? I hope so. Let's do 73 times 5. So you're going to write 73 multiplied by 5. So I'll let you do that. So draw your hundreds chart, do it just the way I have it. And hopefully you can see that okay. I hope. Yes, you can, barely. Okay, so we start with our ones column. If you want to try doing this by yourself first, go for it. Pause the video right now, try to solve it, and then come back and see if you got it right. Okay, so we're back. Okay, so 3 groups of 5, which is 5 plus 5 plus 5, which is 15. And again, if you memorize those facts, this will be easier for you. So I have 15, so I'm going to put 5 in the ones column. And then this group of 10, I'm going to put in the tens column. Okay, so 3 groups of 5 is 15. I have 5 in the ones column, and I have a group of 10, which I'm putting on top. And remember, he's screaming at you, don't forget me. And we're not going to forget you, Mr. 10, don't worry. Okay, or Miss 10. 7 groups of 5, right? 7 groups of 5, which is 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. And if you skip count, it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And again, if you memorize that, it's going to be easier for you. So 35 tens plus the 1 on top. Don't forget that lonely 10 on top. I have 36 groups of 10. So 7 groups of 5 is 35, plus the 1 on top is 36 groups of 10, or 360. Right, so that actually is 360, because I have 36 groups of 10. You look in the tens column, I have 6 tens, or 60, and I'm going to put the hundreds in the hundreds column. So the answer is 365. Okay? If you had a hard time with this and you're struggling a little bit, there is a very good chance I'm going to do another video. Actually, I will say I will do another video. Not right away, probably later in the week. And I'm going to give you some more questions. And I want you to draw the hundreds chart, plug in the numbers. I want you to pause the video and try it on your own first. Unpause it, watch me do it for you, and see if you're correct. Okay? If you're struggling, email me, and I can try to help you via email. And once you get the hang of it, it's not that hard. But again, if you don't know your multiplication facts, please go back and on the task board. I put one of the boxes. There's a link to actually go to a website where it gives you a multiplication chart, and you can practice them. By the end of grade 4, you should know up to 9 times 9. You should know all your multiplication facts. It's going to help you tremendously now that you're multiplying 2-digit by 1-digit numbers. Okay, have fun with it, and I'll be back with another video later this week. Take care.